So right now there is a document circulating on social media saying COVID expert Zhong has said the country cannot pursue dynamic zero COVID in the long term and should reopen to bring back social and economic development back to normal and adapt to the global reopening. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to another video. A lot of people were wondering like, where is this guy? Where has he gone to? Did he catch COVID in China and has been quarantined in some isolated place? Oh no guys, I didn't catch COVID. I'm here strong, sound and healthy, and I hope that you too, wherever you are good. So I didn't do a video in the past almost 6 or 7 days because I was doing some observation. You know, the situation in Shanghai in China has become very critical. So laws are passed today, and when the people riot and complain tomorrow, it is changed. So I could do a video today, and before I upload it tomorrow, the news has changed and it's now something different. So that's why I gave myself over a week to gather the information, gather the news, and put everything together to update you guys about what's going on in Shanghai in particular and in China in general. So if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Roy. I live here in Shanghai, China, and I do videos about my life in China as a foreigner. So guys, did you know the meaning of Shanghai? I just learned this word during this period, that Shanghai means to force someone or to trick someone into doing something against his or her wish or will. So we've been Shanghaied in Shanghai for over 35 days. Anyway guys, that was just an aside. Let's get into the details of our video. So today we'll talk about two important things. The first thing we'll talk about is the situation in Shanghai. What's the situation in Shanghai and what are the projections? And secondly, we'll talk about the possibilities of China opening its borders. Something happened recently, something very important that we'll talk about towards the end of the video, and we'll look at the possibilities of China opening its borders. Okay guys, so let's get into the situation in Shanghai. Looking at the data on my phone, we can see that in the past 15 days, Shanghai has seen a steady decrease in the number of cases, new cases, and an increase in the number of discharged cases. We can see from the graph that I'm going to display on the screen, you can see how the cases are dropping down every day, and we can see how the number of discharged cases are increasing, which means that a lot of people are being discharged from the hospital every day. So looking at this data, although the cases are reducing, but the anger and anxiety in the people in the community keeps increasing every day, because the laws that have been instituted, when we look at the future, we see that the end of it is really far. Achieving zero COVID, it's really difficult, because for example, in my community, if a single case is identified, we start the clock from zero. For example, because they told us we will be released if we have no case in 14 days. Which means that each time we have one case, we go back to day one. So you see, if we go up to say from day 1 to day 10 with no case, then we have one single case, it starts the clock all over again from day 1. So we have, each community needs to achieve a 14-day period without a COVID case. That is what the zero COVID policy is all about. So this is why people are becoming very angry and anxious as the days go by, because we can't see an end to it. People don't have food to eat, talk less of their freedom. So now in Shanghai we live in different zones. Some people cannot go out of their apartments. Some people can go out of their apartment, but they cannot go out of the community area. Some people can go out of the community area, but they can just be around the buildings. There is no life. And the worst thing is the curse of logistics. Food. People don't have food. And now people even think that the government is prioritizing the distribution of medicine and COVID test kits over food and over people's freedom. But from the look of the data, since there's been a steady decrease in the past 15 days, we just hope that this decrease is aiming towards zero COVID. Now let's go into the next talking point of this video. You remember Dr. Zhong the top health official in China, who was the main person behind the lockdown of Wuhan for over 75 days, and they successfully cleared out COVID from Wuhan. Shanghai is already on its, 36th day, and he made a statement a few days ago. Remember, he was the one who said once China will achieve over 85% of vaccination, achieving herd immunity, then China will be gearing towards opening of the borders. China has long passed that mark, but opening borders is still a far-fetched idea. So right now there is a document circulating on social media saying COVID expert Zhong has said the country cannot pursue dynamic zero COVID in the long term and should reopen to bring back social and economic development back to normal and adapt to the global reopening. So, in an editorial paper titled The Strategies for Reopening in the Forthcoming COVID Era in China, it was published in English language in the National Science Review Journal on the 6th of April. And a Chinese translated copy of the article was published on mainland news sites on Monday, and it has since been deleted. So the Chinese version of this document has been deleted, but the English version is still circulating on social media. So Dr. Zhong is saying in this paper that they wrote that China cannot continue to sustain this zero COVID or dynamic zero COVID policy in the long run, and so China should immediately start looking at possibilities of opening to the world. So I think with his status and with his contribution to the fight of this pandemic, not only in China but globally, I think his words cannot be taken for granted. But looking at the health and socio-political situation of China now, will Dr. Zhong Nanshan's words be taken, or will it be ignored? So looking at the way China is changing policies from zero COVID policy to dynamic zero COVID policy, and now there is one they call the social or societal COVID policy. Who knows what the next policy will be? If we look at the flow of things, we'll see that by the end of this year, don't be surprised that China will adopt a new policy that will finally open up to the world or be more friendlier to international travel. So I hope that we've been able to throw some light on the situation in Shanghai and in China. Let's meet in the comment section. I'll see you in our next video. Peace out and bye-bye.